classmates, we're group 1 and we're gonna report on the classification of variables. So please listen carefully. At this point, it is very important to learn about the different classifications of variables because we need to apply it on the further studies of statistics. Variables can be classified according to functional relationship, which we're gonna discuss. Group 2 is gonna discuss continuity of values, and the other group is gonna discuss on the scale of measurements. So classification according to the functional relationship is what we're gonna discuss.
What is a variable? A variable can be classified into dependent and independent variables. Suppose that x and y are variables. X is the independent variable and y is the dependent variable.
We can say that x is independent if it affects or explains the phenomenon of the variable y. Hence, this also refers to as the predictor or causal variable. Moreover, variable y is referred to as the dependent variable since it is affected by the predictor variable x. It is presumed affect or responds to the changing values of x.
Classmates, so that it will not be hard for you to understand, let's think of it this way. Like stated earlier, x is the independent variable and y is the dependent variable. From the word dependent, y depends on x. So if you change x, y will also change. Because x is changed, it depends on x. But if you change y, x will not change because x does not depend on y. Did you get it?
Yes.
And for our first example, which is stated in the book, using academic achievement and mental ability as the variables in the research study, it will be noticeable that the academic achievement is the dependent variable, while the mental ability is the independent one. The reason is that a student having high mental ability can be expected to have better academic achievement than the student with lower mental ability. The academic achievement is the dependent one because it depends on the mental ability the student has. So if you have high thinking ability, you'll have better academic achievement, but if you have low mental ability, you'll have not that good academic achievement. For our next example.
Examples. Number 1. You planted two trees. The first one has water and fertilizer. The second one only has water.
The plants with fertilizer and water are the independent variables, and the growth of the plants is the dependent because it depends on the growth of the growth depends on the fertilizer and water. Number 2, you are driving a vehicle and you're driving out how far you go based on how much gas you spend. In this equation, the independent variable would be how much gas you spend, and the dependent variable is how far you go, because if you don't spend gas, you can't go anywhere. But if you spend gas, your engine can go idling and not going anywhere.
Example number 3. A scientist studies the impact of withholding affection on body. The independent variable is the affection and the dependent variable is the affection of body. Why? Because the affection can produce only one thing, and the second, the reaction of rust is not the rust can be affected, but also the other living organisms on the planet in the
In measuring the acceleration of a vehicle, time is usually the independent variable. This is because with taking measurements, time is usually determined while the speed dependent variable because the speed depends on time since the decision is made to measure the speed at a certain time. So that's why speed is the dependent variable.
Example number 5. In measuring the amount of color removed from beetroot samples at different temperatures. First of all, classmates, do you know what is beetroot?
Yes. Yes.
Do you know what is beetroot?
Beetroot.
For those who don't know, it is a vegetable that is color red. It's like a carrot, but its shape is circular.
No, not. It's like a turnip.
Yes, it's shaped like a turnip. In the example, the dependent variable would be the amount of pigment removed and the temperature is the independent variable. The amount of pigment removed is dependent because if you change the temperature, the amount of pigment removed would be affected. But if the amount of pigment removed is changed, the temperature will be
Again, classmates, independent variable sometimes called as predictor variable. Predictor variable means to predict other variable. And dependent variable called criterion is the one being predicted by the other variable predictor. Example, academic achievement is dependent on IQ. Academic achievement is the dependent variable and IQ is the independent variable.
Classmates, that's our report. We have questions.
Can you give another example?
Yeah, another.
What kind of example? As friends of Can you answer? Another example. The two numbers. What is the best example?
Because we're already
Set up guys.
The two.
It's okay. Finish?
The two have
Finish already?
What?